Let's get straight to it. This is the game preview between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams are 6-7 fighting for a playoff spot. The Minnesota Vikings definitely control their own destiny. Nick Mullens is named the starter, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I need y'all to leave in the comments below and let me know what you think about that move. But I got to ask all the Minnesota Viking fans all around the world this question. Do you think Nick Mullens can copy the success of the year of 2017 when Case Keenum was under center throwing touchdown passes to Stephon Diggs? That year we got to the NFC Championship game when everybody slept on us. I don't want to talk about the NFC Championship game. I'm talking about the game prior to that. The Minneapolis Miracle. I ain't gonna lie. That game right there, I had tears of joy. That was the best game of my life being a Minnesota Viking fan. I stand on that still to this day. I hope that can change because I want to get a Super Bowl, but can I talk my talk? Talk that talk. This Saturday is a very big game for the Minnesota Vikings to make a statement. Even Kevin O'Connell said this is a championship caliber defense. All we need is this offense to get it together, man. We need this offense to do a lot better. I do not want to see this offense only score 10 points in a whole dang on game. I do not want to see this offense score 3 points in a whole dang on game. And I'm going to keep it real with you, man. I feel like Nick Mullens can copy the success of Case Keenum because there's one common denominator from the 2017 team and the team that we got right now. The common denominator is a top 10 defense. A top 10 defense, a championship caliber defense. And I feel like we cannot let this defense down. I just have this feeling that this year is special. And Nick Mullens, he's not on the same, I don't think he's on the same level as Case Keenum. They're career backups, both of them. I think Case Keenum's a little bit better than him because he can get out the pocket, and I think he has a way better arm. But at the end of the day, I feel like the keys to victory to beat the Bengals this Saturday, is for Kevin O'Connell to be aggressive when it comes to his play calling. He has to do better with his play calling. If Justin Jefferson is playing because he was injured, it was a bad, unfortunate hit to his chest and he went to the hospital, but I'm hoping that he plays. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But if he plays, Kevin O'Connell, you have to be better when it comes to this offense, calling the plays to go deep. Because sometimes when you throw the ball deep, Kevin O'Connell, you can get a pass interference because them safeties and them corners are scared of Justin Jefferson, number 18, one of the greatest wide receivers in Minnesota Viking history. Yes, I said it already. Early in his career, he's that guy. They're scared of him. So be aggressive, man. And another key to victory against the Cincinnati Bengals on Saturday is establishing the run. Unfortunately, Alexander Madison, he got hurt last game against the Las Vegas Raiders as well. And he was having a terrific game, averaging per carry, 6.6 per carry, 10 carries for like 60-something yards. He would have had over 100 yards that game if he continued to play because he was running with heart. He was running with desire. He was running with that swag that we need. And we need that swag to go against the Cincinnati Bengals. But I need Kevin O'Connell. If Madison is playing, I need you to be consistent when it comes to calling that run. Don't give up too early on that run. So you got to be aggressive when it comes to throwing the ball deep to JJ. Be aggressive throwing that ball deep to Jordan Addison and all the other wide receivers, TJ Hawkinson. Maybe not KJ Osborne. I'm going to keep it 1,000. When it comes to him, I ain't feeling him right now. I ain't going to lie. He was dropping wide open passes. But another thing, we have to be able to play this game turnover free. We didn't have one turnover against the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm honestly surprised because, wow, that was a terrible game. That was a terrible game. Until Nick Mullens got in the game. Until he got in the game, it was absolutely embarrassing. But we had no turnover. So we need to continue that trend and not have turnovers against the Cincinnati Bengals because they are tough when it comes to their offensive side of the ball. Their defense, I'm going to get to the defense. The defense ain't nothing to be scared of. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm going to talk my talk about it. Let me talk my talk. Talk that talk. Yes, their defense ain't about nothing. So, Kevin O'Connell, all eyes are on you, bro. A lot of Minnesota Viking fans ain't feeling you right now because of what's going on the last couple of weeks. I'm not saying that you should be fired, but we got 4 more games left, man. And you got to prove to us that you can come up with a good game plan with any quarterback that's in the game, that you can adapt your game plan, your play calling to that quarterback that's under center. We need to see that, because if we draft our future quarterback of the future in 2024 NFL draft, we need to be confident as fans that to believe in our head coach, he's going to be able to make that offense fit that player. That matters a lot to us, because we want to win a freaking Super Bowl. But yeah, so the offensive line is another big key, y'all. The offensive line is another big key. I know Brian O'Neill got hurt with an ankle injury, so I'm not sure if he's going to be playing. Dalton Reiser left and came back in the game. And also, I'm hearing Ed Ingram was on the injury report. So hopefully our offensive line is on point. And like I said, I know that offensive line is hungry to push those defenders back, man. I know they hungry. And what I mean by that is run the stinking ball. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Run the ball. But there's a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to the opposing defense that's going to try to shut down the mighty Minnesota Vikings offense. Look, I said the mighty Minnesota Vikings offense. Stop the cap. We only scored 3 points last game. But yeah, the Bengals is the perfect team for Nick Mullens to play against for his first game this season. Because the Bengals defense, their overall total ranking, right, is 31 overall, which is not good at all. Almost in last place, right? They might as well be in last place. You feel me? 27th in passing defense, right? 24th in rushing defense, and 28th in stopping teams on third down. So we can do anything to them. We can pass on them. We can run on them. So that means Kevin O'Connell, be aggressive. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this video. Be aggressive. Because like I said, that magical year 2017 can be copied because we got this defense. Because Nick Mullens, when he came in the game, I'm telling y'all, man, the team just changed. Everybody sensed it. I sensed that when he came in the game, I just felt like we was going to win that game just because of what I was witnessing from Joshua Dobbs. And I'm not trying to disrespect Joshua Dobbs. I ain't trying to disrespect him, but I got to keep it 1,000. What I witnessed from Joshua Dobbs for the first 3 quarters and a little bit of the fourth, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest with you. But when Nick Mullens got in the game and threw that first pass and it was a completion to TJ Hawkinson, I knew we could have. I knew we had a chance, an opportunity to win that game. But we can do this team dirty, and we can put up at least 28 points. I feel like I'm gonna give a final score right now, y'all. I feel like we can win 28-24 because I'm gonna say that the opposing team, the Bengals, are going to get 24 points because that offense is on point. But these are a couple of defenders that we have to contain, right? Trey Hendrickson, defensive end, he has 13.5 sacks. I think he's 3rd overall in the NFL in sacks. He is a straight-up monster, and that's why Brian O'Neill is such a big deal. Hopefully he is healthy, man. I'm hoping he is healthy. We need all the time we can get for Nick Mullens. Make him as comfortable as possible. We need to run the ball as best as possible. But this guy right here, we got to somehow have the fullback chip him. We got to do a lot of different things to slow his momentum down because he's a straight-up monster. Another defender that I feel like Nick Mullens has to keep an eye on, right? Because there ain't really too much to really keep an eye on. They got players that are good, but as a unit, their defense is not good, right? So Logan Wilson, linebacker, number 55. Keep an eye on him, man. He's leading his team in tackles with 67 tackles. He also has 1 sack. 3 forced fumbles, which is very impressive to me, and 3 interceptions, which is very impressive to me. So Nick Mullens, you have to keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. So offense, you already know the vibes with that. Kevin O'Connell, you already know the vibes with that. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. But let's get to the defense. Shout out to the defense, man. Shout out to the defense. Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with everybody that's watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button is definitely going down. But let's get to the defense. Wow, what an impressive defense from last season to this season. Brian Flores, man, the way he got these guys playing is unbelievable. And I just want to give a big shout out to a few players that are high on the list of potentially being great. You know what I mean? Danielle Hunter, I feel like he's already great. Danielle Hunter coming off of that neck injury with the Donashell defense under Donashell's defense, he had, I believe, 10.5 sacks coming off that neck injury. And then this season, people was counting him out, saying trade him for anything. And he right now is one of the top 3 defensive ends in the game when it comes to sacks and stopping the run. He's that guy. And Brian Flores made that happen, in my opinion. He fit the system around the players that's playing for his defense. So shout out to Brian Flores for that, because I just know Danielle Hunter, I think, could be a Hall of Famer. That's how much credit I give Danielle Hunter. That's how great I think Danielle Hunter is as a player. But let's get to another player, undrafted free agent, Ivan Pace Jr. A lot of people said that he could have been a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick. Last game against the Las Vegas Raiders, he was everywhere. I don't know how many tackles exactly. I know he had like 6 tackles, 7 assists. He had 1 sack. He had the interception to win the game. But Ivan Pace Jr. is playing like a superstar. He went from an undrafted free agent to playing like a superstar. Can I talk that talk? That's my guy, man. That's my guy. Mekhi Blackman is another player I want to give a big shout out to. And Byron Murphy, another player I want to get a shout out to. They're absolutely balling right now. DJ Wanham and the guys. And the reason why I'm giving all these shouts before I get to the keys to stopping the Cincinnati Bengals, the keys to stopping them, is because they deserve it, man. This defense put this team on its back from the first week of the season. The offense been letting us down. But now it's go time. Now we don't have no time to be messing up. It's time to get these dubs and get these dubs in a row, because we can win a division. The Lions ain't looking good. We got the Lions twice. We can definitely beat the Lions twice, in my opinion. Can I talk my talk about that? I will talk my talk about that. But yes. So the key to beating the Cincinnati Bengals is stopping their offense, shutting them down. Maybe not shutting them down, but containing them. There's 2 players in particular. I'm gonna start with Joe Mixon, our running back. He's a pretty good running back. He's one of those runners that you have to be careful when it comes to wrapping up, because he can break tackles. He's fast. He's one of those running backs that would definitely hit you with the stiff arm, juke you. He's really elusive, and I feel like if we can contain him, we will be okay. And he can also catch the ball pretty good for a running back. And another reason why I feel like this defense is going to be absolutely vicious against the Cincinnati Bengals is, no disrespect to Jake, he's not Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's out for the season with a ligament tear in his wrist. So we're going against Jake Browning. He's not a slouch, but he's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? He has 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the year, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns. So that means we're going to have a quarterback spy to make sure he doesn't rush for a touchdown. That's the last thing we need. You know what I'm saying? So Jake Browning is not scared to throw it deep. And the reason why I'm saying he's not scared to throw it deep, because he has one of the best wide receivers in the game, Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase last week had 149 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. He was destroying the Jaguars. It was no competition. So we got Byron Murphy's going to have, this could be a long day for him, but if we have safety help, I know I'm just so confident in this defense, man. I'm so confident in what this defense is going to bring and what the game plan is going to be. But Byron Murphy has a big responsibility to try to stop Jamar Chase. They also have another wide receiver, T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. All 3 wide receivers got hands. All 3 wide receivers can beat you deep, and they're all explosive. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be the toughest offense, in my opinion, that Brian Flores has won against so far this season. That's just my opinion. I don't really care about their ranking. I'm just looking at their weapons that they have on the offensive side of the ball. But I feel like Brian Flores is going to have the right blitz packages to put that pressure, to apply that pressure on Jake Browning. And I want to say this. Danielle Hunter didn't have a sack last week. Danielle Hunter, I need you to feast, man. I need you to get a couple of sacks this game. We're going to need you in Cincinnati. We're going to need you. He almost had a sack, but I think the sack went to DJ Wanham. He almost had him. He grabbed him, and then DJ Wanham finished him off. So I'm not sure if that's a half sack. I believe he didn't have any sacks, but Danielle Hunter, I need you to go crazy and get a couple of sacks this game. But all in all, I just feel like it's just the offense that's holding us back right now. And we just need Kevin O'Connell to wake up and get it together, because this is a team that can make a run. And I know people are saying We got Nick Mullens, Mike, stop the cap. I understand all that. But for all the things that we went through, losing the best wide receiver for most of the season, right? And losing our starting quarterback and losing other players as well, we're still above 500 with a chance to win our division. Forget the wild card right now. A chance to win our division. So that's just my thoughts on the game. You let me know what you thinking. Let's go Vikings. Skol. I'm out. This is the end of the video. I truly appreciate you vibing with the bull. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I'm out.
My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.